So we should be jumping in right now. I just want to double check that there's no volume. What the hell? Alright. Alright. Okay. Sorry, I'm tabbing in and tabbing out, so I really want to make sure that this is okay. Alright guys, look at those team colours on actually as well, so we can have the red and blue and everything. Welcome guys, it's Arabia 1v1 Invitational, and this game's actually being casted live actually, well from the rec of course. We couldn't actually do it when we first casted it, because of a few issues here and there and everything. We even get little messages as well from Fire and so on. How cute is that? You can do that scroll setting down just a little bit. There we go guys. Right, so it's game number 1 in the Arabia Invitational series between BacT and Yellow. And I'm actually really looking forward to this matchup because this is a clash of personalities. I've already probably said it in the other games too, but this is a clash of personalities. We got Yellow in the red here, by the way, playing as, of course, the Humble, but we've got Yellow in the red, and he's a really aggressive player. He likes to go forward. He likes to get messy games out of people, like towers, full Feudal Age, but he does not hold back, this guy. And we got BacT in the blue here, and he's like the complete opposite. He's like, well, I'm just gonna play quite a defensive player, of course. He likes playing civs like Mayans and so on. But no, the point still remains that, he's a fairly defensive player. So we got these two matchups that clash, and I'm honestly really looking forward to see how they react to their different playstyles. So let's have a look at those maps, of course, and in the blue we got BacT. So at the moment he's actually got a really nice secondary back gold here towards back, and actually also that third gold there too. So he's got two wonderful back golds, which will be really key because his main gold is on the front there, and that's a little bit dangerous just because of the fact that knowing what Yellow is like, it's most, probably likely that, he can actually lose this main gold early on. So he's got to be careful about that. He's also got a back wood line here too, sort of, on the back of this hill here as well. So that looks pretty safe to me. It sounds like, completely, like 100% safe, he's going to be absolutely fine, but it's actually okay. It could be a lot worse. He's got back berries too, and actually also have a back wood line there as well. His main stone, however, to the very far right-hand side, to the east of his TC, as well as his secondary stone too. That's a bit far away. Again, any forward pressure coming in from, say, from Yellow, say maybe over here actually on this plateau, you could lose access to the stone and the gold very quickly. So you've got to be quite careful, I think, BacT. Very open map as well. It'll be very difficult to wall. This is a near enough prime map for Yellow to exploit here, but overall though, BacT can be a little bit happy with the fact that he's got a bit of back gold to go to and a little bit of that backwood as well. Definitely a little bit cheeky. And hello to What a Joe. In the red though, we've got, of course, UBNS Yellow. Let's have a look at his map so far. Well, he's got, this tree line, this wood line's got 3 sets of resources. I mean, like wood, he's got the berries and some main stone. The main stone's quite close to his TC, which is quite nice for him. He's got a secondary gold not too far away from that too. Got another wood line, so very far sort of south of the map for him as well, and very much in the corner, which is quite nice. And he's also got his main gold here too, and that's very far away from his TC, as you can see. But look at this, RNG map gen. I mean, you've got a lovely set of cliffs here. This intricacy does allow that you can put, a palisade wall here. And of course, with that wood line being here too, another set of palisades, you can keep this fairly well protected. It's got this third gold over here in the front too, quite far away from the TC too, but hey, that's a third gold. Nothing too serious as he brings that second boar in, of course, right now. I actually don't know how much Yellow's been playing a lot. I think he's been playing probably on Feudal Age China more than anything else, but probably has been. He brings that second boar in, of course. Got that 4 in the wood there as well from Yellow. That's interesting. Now, he could be going for a drush, but considering the map style that he has, and considering BacT's as well, which is already scouted, by the way, with this scout already being over here, does mean that, and because of the fact that he likes to go for that cheeky forward too, this does point towards it. BacT here, bringing in his second board now, as well. I find it's really quite interesting. He's got 4 in the wood as well, and at the same time, he's just bring that second boar in too, and yet also dropped 2 farms, so he's now bringing that's still the 4th person to win. I thought the 5th person going on there, but no, it's 4. So normally you do 3 on wood for scouts, but he's doing 4 on here. And it's definitely not a drush. He's put down 2 farms, so there's no way it'll be happening. Maybe he's going for a forward himself, but it's not as like uncommon to do 4 on wood for scouts. You know, Slam has like used to do it quite a lot actually to do 4 on wood. It'd be interesting to see how it's going to be going with this strategy here actually in terms of his build order. So he sends another build to that wood. BacT now going to get the loom and look to try and click up as soon as he can actually. Bring that next, but the problem is though that second board being a little bit late, and now bringing that deer as well, just having a few issues. Can he actually click up? Oh, he's just a little bit shy actually. Just gotta put a bit more food in. Okay, there we go. Now we can click up, of course. But he was a little bit delayed there by a good, 5 or 6 seconds there. Not the most ideal of Dark Ages there from BacT. Yellow though is actually gonna go with 1 extra vill, and he's just now clicked up. And look at the difference in time there. It's what 14 seconds difference, and considering how much time it takes to get a vill out, definitely tells me Yellow's had a cleaner Dark Age. He's gonna split the lumber camps too, as he now sends. Oh, look at that! Here we go, people. You wanted it, we got it. Yellow forward incoming. He's gonna go for it. He's sending that vill out. So where's he actually going to go with these vills actually, by the way, as he makes his way across the map? And will BacT scout it? Well, BacT scouts on the very far right-hand side, and he's no way going to be seeing this coming. But at the same time, though, probably BacT might actually think, well, it is yellow, so he does like to forward a lot. Of course, with this wolf being here by the palisade, it might get, dragged into the path of the villagers. And if that does happen, then maybe BacT will see it by his corpse alone on the fog of war, so gotta be careful. But it looks like he's going to actually maneuver around this. And, oh, is he actually heading towards his plateau? Oh, looks like he is as well. This is nice. Just nice work from Yellow here. BacT, though, building his barracks actually already. And look where he's actually positioning it, too. He's putting it down here. So he probably might be seeing, like, the stable or whatever, or the archery range is being put down here. He's probably going to put a stable down, because he hasn't actually seen the forward. So, yeah, he's going to put the stable right next to his mill, actually. And it's actually okay. He can just palisade if he needs to, or towards his woodline, and keep this out in case any forward or any scouts come on through. Who knows, but it's a decent placement. He's actually putting a lot of vills down on it. 4 villagers. Okay, now he takes 2 off. Okay, might have been a slight overreaction, but still. And here's actually Yellow's forward. He's got the barracks down already. And is he actually on stone? Oh, he's going to it, so he's definitely looking to build not just more than the standard 1 tower play. He's going to start the first of many towers. And the first one's going to be put down where exactly? It's actually put down there. And now let's have a look at this tower. Now, generally, this is actually a really good tower. 1, it's got the elevation from this hill. 2, it's covering the main stone. And actually, again, it's actually going to take some of this farmland away as well. And it helps build towards that aggression that he really wants to plan out. So his first towers go, it's a decent tower for sure. I actually personally quite like that. Now the spear's already coming out forward as well. 2 spears out. Scout's going to be a little bit careful. Don't want to take too many scout hits for sure. Now he actually sees the forward coming out. 3 vills do come forward, but the tower's already up, and he decides that there's no way, Jose, that this is going to work out too well for him. So he's backing away, of course. BacT responds quickly with a counter tower on his berries. He wants to keep these protected, actually, and this sort of south side of the economy, but potentially maybe for later on. Archery range now coming up as well for Yellow. As well, now the eco-disruption is starting to hit. BacT has got a number of idols underneath the town centre from the sheet that's just been cleaned up. Now he's got to start making some more farms and so on, as he tries to basically do the best he can in this situation. 2 spears zoning out these scouts particularly well here. BacT just can't really deal with this right now. He's got to go really try and raid, actually, Yellow's base. I think that's where he's going to go off to now with these 3 scouts. He's sent them away. He realised that they're a bit redundant. It's the first of many skirmishes start to pop out, and oh, here comes the walls from BacT right now. He's got the archery range down the left-hand side next to his TC, and the palisade's also coming up as well. Interesting way he's planning this out. But actually, is this going to get done in time, or what? I'm not too sure what Yellow's planning really here. He's going to build, of course, another tower, but he's going to try and get a good position. It could be right in front of his archery range, actually. And there it is. There's that tower coming down right in front of that archery range. And that's actually a decent tower once more, but the problem is that this is actually really far away from his first original tower, so if this gets rushed down, he could lose this, but it looks like BacT's just going to allow it going up. He's not going to challenge the play, as you could say. sub 1k levels. As far as I was aware, I thought towers had an extra attack damage. I thought when attacking units downhill. I genuinely thought, maybe I'm just wrong, but I also it's still a good bonus to have it on the hill as well. I generally think. I also think it has like a bonus like in defense or something. I don't know. I generally thought that was an actual bonus. Maybe I'm wrong. Nonetheless, so second tower now starts to be popped up by yellow. He really wants to try and force his way on in. Doesn't even matter about these palisades being put up by BacT. Maybe they should have been stone walls, but as he has put a tower up already, he's pretty lacking on the stone front. But it should have been enough to done it. But anyway, the tower's coming up. This wasn't even completed either, so the skirmishes are now in. And BacT starting the defense, of course. Skirmishes slowly being produced here. Again, a couple of idols coming out from him too. And there's that second tower right now. Now another archer range getting put down by yellow. And what about these scouts actually? How are they doing? They've got inside the base of yellows, but look at this. Plenty of spears. 2 days. Actually even walled up one of the wood lines too. No villager deaths as far as I can see there from yellow. Any, I think, on the old stats? No, it's actually... Oh, BacT's killed 3 units, but I think they were skirmishes, not villagers. As the build counts are exactly the same. Or a spearman. Oh yeah, the 2 spearmen and the scout running to the town centre, of course. That's the 3 units lost. Gah, outrageous, huh? So, well, it's like he's going to go straight on in, though, yellow. He's moving inside towards the wood line. A couple of skirmishes going to push us away, but it's like, you know, yellow's going to backtrack here. Maybe just play a little bit safer and put another tower not too far away from the other 2 towers he's already originally put up. And there we go. There's that next tower, of course. It's going to go straight towards this wood line. But I'm not too sure it's actually going to hit this part of the wood line, though. This is going to be covering most of it, but not exactly all the villages, so... For now, BacT's sort of safe, but he has built an extra wood, lumber camp at the back of the map, so he's going to be fine. It's good to know there's some trust in the chat. So yellow's getting the next tower up. BacT builds a second range, actually a little bit later after yellow's here. And look at the army difference right now, 9 for 13. And there's still actually a couple of scouts coming out there from BacT. It looks like he lost one to the spearman, yeah. It actually looks like he got 1 pick off on the stone mining bills. So nice job there, not a bad trade. Yellow, once again, just having a little bit of a dance around with these bills. He's just like, normally, like, you know, when you're doing a trash with other cities, you can build houses in between this, but he's just roaming around with the bills. He's looking to build actually a blacksmith, and these 3 bills look to try and build yet another tower. I think Yellow needs to be a little bit more aggressive here. He's got the numbers, and even still, like, despite the hill advantage that BacT has, maybe he should try and force the issue, but the problem is that those bills do a really good job against skirmishes, so he wants to try and just basically slowly siege it out. Blacksmith not popping down. Actually, a blacksmith also from BacT is actually getting a padded archer armor before deflection. Interesting. As you can see here from BacT as well, he's building his economy towards the back as well. Plenty of farms, mills, and all that business. Might put another mill around here probably later on, just to get that full efficiency, of course. The 2 scouts have also returned here from BacT. He's actually not producing any more. And we can actually see from here, there's only 1 spearman alive, as we can see. And oh, look at this, actually. Yellow's just starting to hammer down an archery range for those 4 bills. At least he's putting them to good work, I guess. Oh, now he's backing off it and building yet another tower. Now this tower's interesting. I'm not sure I particularly like this tower. Okay, it's going to cover again a bit more farmland, but I think it needs to be a little bit more aggressive. I think BacT's holding this extremely well. He's 2 vills up currently. His economy, yeah, it's been affected, but it's not been terribly bad, and he's on gold too. So I think really Yellow has to get a move on here if he really wants to try and basically find a way into the game and try and get a good position out of it. So right now the players are a little bit passive right now. They're just BacT's focusing the economy, and Yellow's just trying to find a good position to basically take this hill. He's really got to try and get up this hill and try and take all these resources away from him. Because slowly and slowly, BacT's being pushed into a corner, but he's being a little bit smart here. He's relocating most of his wood economy to the south of the map and is going to slowly build this way out. And this stone mine, that's actually not actually towered or anything, so he can actually take the stone if he needs to, BacT. So all is not lost when it comes to counter towers. BacT also getting the fletching too. And this archery range is actually going to fall very soon. Down to 346 HP. These vills are getting to work on this archery range. Oh, nope, he backs off. I just think that Yellow's just toying with him on that archery range. Like, I'm going to kill it eventually, but I'm not sure when. As right now, the next tower from Yellow starts to get popped down. Starts to get built up. Skirmish now looking to engage. Look at the army size, 25-23. Definitely a couple of units ahead in advantage there. Definitely a lot more skirms, that's for sure. I don't know where the rest of BacT's army is. Like, I'm seeing this right now, and I'm asking myself, where is your army, BacT? It doesn't feel like that's 23 army. I know he's got a couple of scouts too, but... And also, look at the idols of the economy here. 7 idols for BacT, 4, okay, now 8, but 4 are doing a tower rush though, so really 4. If you think about economy bills, really. And look at this fight right now as well. It looks like actually Yellow's doing a really good job here. So the siege is slowly continuing right now. BacT's looking, well, okay on the resources front. It's got a decent amount of wood. Gold's looking pretty healthy, and the food's, of course, being used, of course. Getting the tower watch, which is extremely important. Really nice upgrade to get as yet another tower comes down from Yellow. But if you think about it, though, he's built, like, 3 towers here, and he really hasn't made much progress. He's still failed to conquer this high ground that BacT is amazingly holding on to. He's just deleting the farms that he can, and just reseeding towards the back of the map once more. Yeah, and yet, there you go, another farm getting deleted there by BacT, doing a really good job here, and amazingly just holding the line here, as right now Yellow tries to go up, but again, he just backs away. Maybe let's get some scouts out. Oh, there we go. And look at this too here. BacT's actually got some archers. There's the rest of that army from BacT. He's on the prowl. He's got a few archers queued up and sent them out to try and raid. Kills 2 archers at this time. Now can he get the vills? Looks like he can try and get 1 vill down. There we go. The first gets sniped away. The scouts haven't got bloodlines or any armor upgrades, so he's actually just going to try and mass up a few more. Both players now going to get the town watch in the end. As right now, actually, at the south, and BacT's base, looks like, well, Yellow's going to try and push his way through maybe the middle part of this base. Skirmish is trying to come on through. He's going to try and pick up the scout, but then once again just backs off as he's getting a few problems back at home here. One archer does fall to TC fire, but actually, the entire wood evacuation here, 1 more vill will actually go down as well. Could be 2, actually. This one does a Shawshank and actually gets out, amazingly. Escapes from the clutches. And that's like 3 vills do go down for Yellow. And this woodline here, again, is also looking a little bit precarious if BacT can get round to it. And he's actually on the way towards it as well. So we might see a tower or something coming back towards the base of Yellow here. He's got a couple of archers coming back and a few scouts. And a couple of skirmishers also lined up there too. So this army will get dealt with, but could be at a cost of a couple of villagers. See how this pans out. Not enough to one-shot vills, but definitely in 2 shots, that's for sure. Especially that nice uphill advantage there. And there we go, 2 more vills, sorry, do go down. And that's me sending a message from earlier on the day when I first started streaming. I was like, hey, BacT, let me in. But he was busy in the game, of course. I think he was a little bit busy defending from a forward, so can't really blame him, can you? BacT now puts up to the Castle Age right now, as he basically gets cleaned up in Yellow's base. And his own base has a bit more skirmishing action going on. Another range actually gets built. That range has been lost. But he's up though, and that's huge news. And we're probably just going to see knights coming out from BacT. He's got a big food economy. The gold's looking pretty stable too. And look at that too. He's actually on stone. So if he has to, maybe he has to throw up another counter tower. Just to really hold this position. He's got to keep the gold here going. And he's got to keep this farming economy stable, basically. Just so he can get those knights going. And so it looks like right now that Yellow's army numbers are actually looking to be on the increase. The scouts are now coming down, but they have been delayed by that archer rush though. So maybe you wanted those to come a little bit earlier. Tower now being popped down here by BacT. You see that tower being popped up by Yellow, and he's reacting instantly to it, but it's actually in range. And Yellow's got to start targeting those vills, but in fact, he's targeting skirmishers. And look at the amount of stone and towers it's taking just to get to this position. Now the skirmisher's going to go for the full offensive. They're going to try and take this hill. Tower is amazingly going up still. Only 3 vills being put down on it, and there's been no concerted effort. And it's definitely in range, I can tell you that for sure. He's just focusing on the arch range. This is a huge mistake here. If he denied that tower, he could have done a lot more work, I think. Now the skirmish is going to come up around the left-hand side. The tower actually goes up, and oh my god. And there's that castle edge coming in. Second stable being put down by BacT. And look at the resources for him right now. He's got decent amount of food and gold for sure. 2 sets of knights coming out right now. But he's going to have a lot of difficulty here, even if he gets the chain binding armor. Yeah, there's the chain binding armor, but he can't really clean this up, really. He has to get a siege workshop for one thing. But what I think he should do is just go straight towards Yellow's base. You can't deal with +2 knights with a Feudal Age army like that. And we can already see here by Yellow starting to build those towers in his own base. Got one by that stone mine, of course. We probably see maybe a couple of towers here for the gold. Yeah, one for the gold. May see one for the wood line too. He actually also builds a market right now. How is Yellow's looking on the resources? Oh boy. He is looking not the best. That wasn't me. That was someone else asking for a message to BacT to get in. A lot of popularity that BacT has. But anyway, Yellow's really far behind. He's going to try and probably buy his way up. He's building a market, sell a bit of wood, maybe sell some stone. I don't think he will. I think he'll mine it for more towers. But just sell the wood, probably buy the food and just click up with it. As right now the army's going back home because look what it is. It's the oncoming storm. It's the +2 knights from BacT. He's even getting the forging now as well, as he looks to try and punish Yellow for being in the feudal age for too long. Good night, Wookiee. And there we go. Yellow sells some wood. And actually, yeah, bought 200 food with that as well. He's going to click up any second now. As he quickly garrisons into those towers as the knights start to raid. But it's actually a real problem. The towers may be actually protecting him to some degree, but he won't be able to mine the gold itself. So, when he gets to Castle Age, what is he actually going to be doing? He's probably going to be doing knights for one thing, but how could he afford it when most ecos could be idle in towers? In fact, he won't care, as long as he's, you know, making sure the eco damage is big enough. Gotta be careful, don't just want to lose too many knights here. It's still quite a large mass of units here, even if it is archers and skirmishers. As you can see, got a few injured knights, but once he's got a decent amount of mass, he will then try and strike back. Takes care of the spearmen first, before looking to try and jump on in, and yeah, this is not looking too good at all. +2 knights here, or +2/+1. And yeah, these archers got to go back towards tower, of course, try and use the tower fires, try and help him win the fight here, but not looking too great, I'll be honest. Back at home, still no siege workshop. The skirmishers being a little bit idle here, just can't really do much with it currently. As the Castle Age coming in from Yellow, but as you can see, as I already said, he's not able to mine any gold. He's just been completely idle on it. The second stable now being popped up, but again, no real effort being made to try and take some sort of gold, no matter where it is. These vills are looking to try and take some stone, I think, from this mine, but they're going back in the tower because they are probably extremely scared of these knights. I don't really blame them as the knights now start to try and raid wherever possible. Try and pick off vills. Look at that one hit kill there. And another spearman gets picked off here by that knight as they look to try and make their way across. A few more vills being sent towards the gold mine. He really needs to get back on it. But again, BacT's playing this really smart. Just sending 1 or 2 knights at a time. Just harassing the gold. Even if the towers are hitting the knight, it doesn't matter as long as he's keeping him off it. And oh my god, he didn't wall this section because it's been chopped through. And the knights are going to get in. Quick walls being made, but it's going to be in time. No! He didn't get it in time. And now the knights are in. Oh my god. Quick! Evacuate! Evacuate! He's got to bail it. He's got to Gareth bail it right now. I know, I'm using a footballing term, but gets the point across. It looks like a couple of vills will go down. Most of them will actually get out, actually. It looks like maybe lost 2 or 3, but not good at all. He's now completely off both wood lines. He's not even chopping wood, but for 1 villager. That tower, of course, still staying pretty strong with those 5 vills inside it. And those 4 archers now getting picked off once more. It's not looking good at all whatsoever. And now these 2 knights here are actually taking the rest of skirmishes as well. Cheeky play. And the knights now just starting to raid, just cause eco-harassment. And Yellow's in the castle age, and he has what? He can't get the crossbow upgrade. Well, it's now redundant, of course, but he's making knights, but they've got absolutely 0 upgrades. No bloodlines, no +2 armor, no +1 armor, no not even +1 attack. So these knights will just chew up pretty easily. And it's not exactly like that a Yellow can go just easily for some pikemen either, because, well, BacT has still got kept most of his archer army alive, so they can just start sniping those little monsters as well. So there you go. Yellow responds by putting a second TC down, actually, surprisingly enough, as he's engaging these knights under these town centers. A nice good call there, but he's going to build his TC, he's going to cover the wood line and actually provide some cover to the goal, but not really as such. It's too far away, actually, for my liking. Because the knights go back and probably deal with that. Now, what about... Oh, here we are. What's this BacT up to? Okay, there's that second TC coming up from BacT now as well. He's actually putting it on the main gold. He's also putting down a monastery as well. Probably a couple of defensive monks, and that will probably take care of any knight raidings that Yellow might send across. Yellow now building a third TC as well, just on the other side of this wood line. Interesting. Well, as I say, when in doubt, macro it out. But I'm not even sure that's going to save him this game. This is not looking too good. 10 bill difference right now. 31 military to 5. As those bills there are going on to that gold mine, but I think they might have been scouted out by the knights, but fortunately enough, they aren't going to get picked on, so good news for him. Definitely looking pretty bad on this front, guys. Not looking too strong. I'm a little bit like, I don't know, sure what Yellow can do in this situation, really. He's got to get back onto the gold and start making knights. But look at this, still got, again, so many villas idle. 28 idle villages out of 44. And they're all just in towers, and yet they're all in towers. Unbelievable. He needs to get back on that gold. Except now he's starting to. Back at home as well for BacT. He's getting a siege workshop up as well. That's just going to signal basically for battering rams, just to clean up all these towers, the archery ranges, the blacksmiths, and everything. Now BacT also getting Bodkin Arrow as well. Also, the monastery is really good because it can heal up those knights as well that have been, you know, of course, in the war zones. And once again, look what he is, just dancing back into the main gold and just causing to idle on that gold mine. And look at the army from Yellows. 4. 1 knight on 10 HP there, over there as well, so not looking amazing. Oh, poor old Yellow. And there's that monk out as well, just trying to heal up those knights that were a little bit injured. Battering ram also comes out as well. Check out the rest of these towers. Say my name. He's only reducing 1 villager out of these 3 TCs as well. Getting a few more idols in that TC as well. He's actually got 369 stone. How's our BacT been doing that stone? Oh, he's got a lot of stone in the bank. And there he goes. He's actually off right now to go and build a forward castle. This is the jugular. He's going to go for it. Now, where's he actually going to put it, though? Now, if I was him, I'd probably put it on here in his main golden TC as well. It would do a lot of damage there. Maybe somewhere, like, in between. But I really like if it just, like, slaps it here and just doesn't care. The towers won't be able to stop it from it going up because they're too far back, for one thing. And he hasn't got the Bodkin either. As right now, it looks like BacT's knights just dive underneath the 2 towers. Take out the knights as well and start picking off these villagers. And this tower getting slowly taken down in HP terms. And if the villagers eject out of it, then that's, you know, they're all dead. And in a couple of those villagers build the castle. Here's the castle being put down. He's actually putting it in between. That's actually really smart. That's actually a perfect placement. I didn't think of this placement, actually. It takes out all the farms there in a TC and takes the gold mostly as well. And there we go. There's that GG, guys. It was probably GG for probably at least 10 minutes by then. But Yellow tried to hold in there and maybe try and find a way back into the game. But that was amazing play. We saw exactly what we wanted to see. Well, we probably would have seen, like, predicted-wise. Like I talked about the start of the game, BacT being a very defensive player, and Yellow being this really high aggressive player at the same time. Moving forward. So it was just like who's like the better of the one than the other, really. And BacT came out on top in this game, and I think it's just generally because Yellow wasted quite a lot of time just in a way. Like he built the start of it was actually going quite well and very promising. He got the objectives completed mostly, and he was pushing his way in, but he got stalled here. Like this high ground that BacT had, Yellow was very afraid of, and he tried to make scouts in response, but I think that was too close to home. Maybe he had to build it here. And then the eye just came and delayed the scouts from coming over to try and deal the skirmishes. But even still, like if you ignored that point, like I think he had much more army at that as well against the skirmishers, like in this area. I feel like he just should have gone up the hill, with like just go up the hill and just put a tower down on top of this hill. I think he could have done a lot more damage. But GG, really well played by BacT, nice defensive play, and it really exploited that, of course, in that Castle Age. Going to have a quick look at the achievements as well. And it's like BacT came up on top of the economy, unsurprising, but the stone was, of course, collected more by Yellow. Yeah, Feudal Age and Castle Age for BacT, and yeah, definitely more vills too. So I'm going to jump out of the room and change those scores. Whew. Right, so